train. It's impossible to hear the word and not think about steam engines. In the first of this series, I will be introducing you to the world of steam railways, how they started, the impact they've had on Britain, and how they're still captivating the hearts and minds of generations today. In 1829, at the height of the Industrial Revolution, George Stephenson built the first steam engine, the Rocket, and for the next 150 years, our country was connected together thanks to the power of steam.
My remembrance of steam engines is I travelled on the passenger trains. I also saw the goods trains on their way to carrying goods to different places. As for the passenger train, I travelled on the Devonian, which was an express train. It travelled from London to Edinburgh, which is, it's a very, very speedy train, but very good.
But all this was to end. In 1964, all steam locomotives were withdrawn from service as part of the British government's plan to modernise the railway. But even now, people are still infatuated by these relics of the past. This is in thanks, in no small part, to a group of dedicated volunteers and a clergyman. Today in Britain, there are 119 railways that still operate using steam engines. They're called heritage railways and were created in the 60s when the then chairman for British Railway, Richard Beeching, closed down many minor lines all across the country, despite protests from the public. However, thanks to a dedicated group of enthusiasts, some of the lines were saved, and now younger generations are enjoying railways thanks to these dedicated volunteers and a certain little tank engine. Thomas the Tank Engine has entertained millions for nearly 80 years. Created in 1946 by the Reverend W. Awdry, the tales of Thomas and his friends have gone from simple bedtime stories that Awdry would tell his son to a successful series of children's books. Often, Thomas is the first introduction children have to steam engines, and he has helped nurture their interest in railways. But Thomas isn't the only famous engine. Famous for being the first steam locomotive to reach up to 100 miles per hour in 1934, the Flying Scotsman has enjoyed a huge amount of fame over the past 99 years, even touring in Canada, Australia, and the United States. And now there's even a new engine running alongside the Scotsman. Between 1948 and 1949, Arthur Peppercorn designed and built 49 A1 class express steam locomotives for the British Railway. They were the most reliable express engine to ever run on the railway. But unfortunately, after a mere 15 years of service, all these magnificent engines were scrapped.
Somebody who remembers the days of steam only too well, it really is a special day.
But on the 19th of February 2009, the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall named the first steam engine to be built in Britain in over 60 years, the Tornado. Named in honour of the RAF pilots from the First Gulf War, the Tornado was built by the A1 Steam Locomotive Trust and was a labour of love to all those that were involved. Whether she's speeding down the main line or visiting a heritage railway, Tornado is living proof of people's undying love for these magnificent titans of steam.